I'm going to be honest, it was very shameful. I am from Afghanistan. I am considered an Afghan national, but I'm Hazara. I knew it when the violence like this strikes, it's gonna turn pain into blame. I fled Afghanistan back in 2014, just before the Taliban took over, and Hazara people were being targeted, disappearing. The same thing has happened here. Now, everyone that is leaving their home for work purposes, for school, for mosque, they are being detained by ICE.
You can help build the only independent news outlet always on the ground with the people for as low as 16 cents a day.
Corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
Flint, Michigan.
Brooklyn, New York.
Government sending one more you to the residents of Chicago.
We need as many independent voices as possible, and that's why what you guys do is so important.
Covering what the corporate media covers up.
When the news come out that the shooter of the two National Guard was Afghan, how did you respond? How did your community respond? Do you remember that feeling?
It was very heartbreaking, to be honest. The two National Guards, they were so young. One of them lost their lives, Sarah Beckstorm, the specialist in staff sergeant Andrew Wolf, who's in critical condition, his life has been changed forever. In a nation grieving with them, it has been difficult to process all of that. And seeing that as Afghan national, making it to the headlines, it was. I'm going to be honest, it was very shameful. I am from Afghanistan. I am considered an Afghan national, but I'm Hazara. I knew it when the violence like this strikes, it's gonna turn pain into blame.
The Department of Homeland Security is confident that the suspect in custody is a foreigner who entered our country from Afghanistan. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country.
It's actually really heartbreaking that your community feel, shameful for this shooting, even though none of you are responsible. You guys are not even the same ethnic group as the shooter himself. So it is a very unfair double standard. When white folks like Donald Trump commit a crime, white people as a whole aren't held accountable, aren't looked at as a group of criminal. But when one person of color does it, then their entire community, that action becomes representative of it. Is it tiring for you? Could you speak more to how unfair this feels that you have to bear the burden of responsibility for the action of strangers?
Of course, and based on my knowledge, it is a constitutional rights. No community should be blamed for the actions of one individual. And America made a promise to the people to keep their constitutional rights safe. So many of these people are here just for a better life, for safety, to contribute, to make America great again. Some are here just because they worked alongside the United States Air Force in Afghanistan. Some are here to escape extremism, to escape persecution, especially the Hazara community. Many Americans do not realize how diverse Afghanistan is. Afghan community is huge. We do not speak one language. We are not from the same ethnicity, and we do not have the same religion. We are Hazaras, Uzbeks, Pashtuns, Amaks, Turkmens, and we are Shia Muslims, Sunni Muslims, Ismaili Islam, and some are not even religious at all.
Afghanistan's Hazara people live in constant fear of being targeted by militants.
Hazaras are one of the most persecuted groups in Afghanistan.
To be a Hazara is to be in constant mourning, because the loss of one Hazara is the loss of all Hazaras.
For the Hazara people to flee a place of terror and only to come here and be facing the same level of stress and terror from ICE, could you speak more to that parallel, like how ICE is basically the new Taliban to your community here in the US?
Yes. Every other Hazara American came here. For some of us worked with alongside United States government in Afghanistan. Some of us are just here for dignity, education, and safety. Some of us are here because of escaping that persecution. And now seeing this happening to my community, to Hazara community, to all other Afghan nationals, it's heartbreaking. Taliban and ICE, it's just that there is no way that I can describe these two words. It's just that it's so parallel when you're targeting families, when you're trying to separate families, whether it's just by detaining them or just mass killing them, it's the same thing. But then deporting for Hazara people, deportation for Hazara people, it's just not a legal process. It's sending them back to their prosecutor. And this is so inhuman. This is so inhuman to happen, and due process is a must. Just past Monday, a family of 4 people has been detained by ICE, which in that family, only a lady and 4 or 5 kids has left. And they have literally no support. And at this critical moment, when I talked to the lady last night, she told me about the same fear that we, the Hazara people, have faced in Afghanistan, just like history repeating itself. At that time, back home, how it was like was that if you were to go out of your home for work, school, college, anything, you would not be 100% sure to return back home safely, if you would see your family back safely. But then the same thing has happened here. Now everyone that is leaving their home for work purposes, for school, for mosque, they are being detained by ICE. And she expressed how it has been difficult and challenging for her since Monday, that nobody has been reaching out to her for help. And I'm trying to keep my communication close with her to help them with any groceries, with any payments, with any bills that they may have. And I'm trying to reach out to have the whole community gather some essentials for the family to survive this.
I want to learn more about your advocacy, actually. Could you speak more to the White Rose movement and your work in uplifting your community's voices?
Of course. So since the day that I was able to realize my right and left hand, it is a saying in Farsi that if you know your left and right hand, then you have a like knowledge to know things better. And now, since that day that I was in safety, I reached out safety in the United States, which was around 2019. I started my advocacy, especially for the Hazara genocide recognition. I am the founder of Hazara Rights Watch, where I focused most on the peaceful protests to help get recognition for the Hazara genocide. And recently, back in September of 2025, I led 2 movements, one in United Nations and one in the Harvard Square, where I pass out some informational brochures on the Hazara genocide history and why it's important for us just as human beings to recognize this and push responsible parties to recognize this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And the last question is, if you could speak to Donald Trump, could speak to his voter base about the injustice that your community is living with in America, what would you hopefully say to them so that they can change their mind?
That's a very important and very, very difficult question. I want to ask him to see people for who they are, to see patterns, to see and make decisions within their hearts, within humanity, within dignity of every community being considered, because this is so inhuman. This is just beyond words can explain, especially for my community who escaped persecution. This is inhuman.
Thank you so, so much. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap up the interview?
I just want to add this here, because at this time, we know how government is, but people, I ask people with hearing all of this from me, doing some of the research, if you can turn your eyes into this and sleep peacefully at nighttime, knowing this about Hazara people, about Afghan nationals, if you can turn the lights off and just go to bed without feeling a little bit heavy in the heart, then you should question your humanity. But if not, even it did move you a little, try to reach out to your senators, representatives, and policymakers and stand with this family, with these people, with these families who are vulnerable groups and who are in great danger at the moment. So stand with people, stand for what America truly is for. Hi, my name is Sakina Rasa. I am a Hazara, a survivor of terrorism, and an advocate for human rights. My community has endured generations of violence, persecution, and pain in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran, through threats here in the United States as well, for simply wanting the same freedom, dignity, and safety all human being deserves. Hazaras are one of the most persecuted ethnic groups in the world. We know what it means to lose family, to fear discrimination, and to fight for our survival. The pain is part of our history, but it's also why we stand so strongly for peace, for justice, and for unity. Today, as America grieves the loss of two National Guard members, Sarah Beckstorm and Andrew Wolf, we grieve with you. No family should experience such tragedy, and no community should be blamed for the actions of one individual. Violence has already taken too much from all of us. As Hazara Americans, we believe deeply in our shared American values: equality, responsibility, compassion, and constitutional rights. These are not political values, they are human values. In moments like this, it's more important than ever to stand together, protect one another, and to speak for truth, fairness, and dignity of every community, Hazara, Afghan, American, all of us. My advocacy is rooted in love for humanity and belief in justice. I hope this moment becomes not a time of division, but a time of understanding. A time where we uplift the family who are grieving, defend the rights of innocent people, and build a safer, more united country. Thank you for listening, and thank you for standing for peace, for dignity, and for each other.